Hello, good night, teacher. My name is Andrea Loor, and this is my ID card. Right now, I'm going to explain the difference between dead and extinct languages and the consequence of disappearing languages for cultural heritage. So, here we go. First, we have our cover, Introduction to Linguistics, Unit Theme, Historical Linguistics, Language Dead, and Language Shift. We continue. Language dead and language shift. Language is an alive organism. It is not a static, no steady phenomenon. Our native language, whatever it is, it's not the same nowadays comparing to the one spoken by our ancestors. All languages change over a period of time. Sometimes the changes happen very gradually in such a way that the speakers even don't realize until a century or more has passed. New words appear and become a part of modern lexis. They are known as neologisms. With areas, some other words become old-fashioned and drop out of our daily use. These words are known archanes. What does the concept of dead and extinct languages mean? For historical linguistics, this topic represents very important and relevant issue, since it is the science that studies how languages change over time and the relationship among different languages and what has caused changes in different languages and the result of such changes on the language itself and other associated languages. Language death or disappearance refers to when there are not alive fluent speakers of what particular language anymore. Language death. Language death, it refers to is a continuous process. Language survives thanks to the speakers who constantly use them and keep them alive. Younger fluent speakers sometimes speak in a way that older fluent speakers consider it a mistake. Other speakers understand the language almost completely, but they don't use it in speech. As a result, their children will be monolinguals. Other categories of language users are the so-called passive bilinguals who know or understand many lexical items but are not fluent. Language dead also refers very often words in the language may be replaced by words from dominant language. In this case, we have English language around the world. Syntactic structure of a language becomes simplified too. In most cases, some elements of grammar forms may disappear. In other cases, only some formal chunks of language, for example, prayers, remain. This is how a process of language death is occurring. It starts with a basic pattern of simplification at all levels. Examples: Latin, Classical Greek, and Sanskrit are languages that are usually considered dead languages. For example, Latin is the official language of the Catholic Church. According to an article by Pierre Georges in his Le Monde Chronicle, Latin would have been enriched with some 60,000 new words and phrases in recent centuries. Another example, according to Paul Valery, it was not until after the First World War that knowledge of Classical Greek ceased to be common inference among educated people. Sanskrit is not exactly a dead language, since some tens of thousands in India claim to have it as their usual vehicular language in certain contexts. In fact, reading and writing are still taught today in schools and homes across India, albeit as a second language. And the last question is, what is the impact and consequences of the disappearance of languages for cultural heritage? With the disappearance of languages, their identity and their collective memory are diminished. But there is also danger that goes unnoticed by many, a loss of knowledge that has been and will be key to the future of the region. Within languages, a set of environmental, technological, social, economic, or cultural knowledge that their speakers have accumulated and codified over millennia inevitably disappears, say German Friede, social development specialist at the World Bank and author of the Latin America Report, Indigenous of the 21st Century. History, Customs, tradition, ancestral knowledge, worldviews are transmitted through language. With the extinction of a language, part of the heritage and cultural wealth of a century of a country is lost. And finally, we have bibliographic references. We have two. And the last one, we have thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video.